workshop, Are SMEs Ready to Capitalize Inspire Benefits?, which is quite challenging as a title, and we will discover if replies to this crucial question are satisfactory or not yet, let's say in this way. We will have some change in the agenda because one of the speakers is coming from the airport, but flexibility is a key factor in SMEs, so we hope to play successfully with this. Just to give you an overview of this workshop, these are the topics that we should like to cover. First of all, we will present the engine which is behind this workshop, which is the recently started FP7 support action called SME Inspire, which is, the full title is A European Community of SMEs Built on Environmental Digital Data Commons and Languages. So we'll have an overview as this SME Inspire support action as a SME-driven framework enabling Inspire implementation. Then we will have short presentation from SMEs already benefiting from the Inspire process. And it's really interesting that some of these stories will be told not only by partners of the SMEs project, but also from other SMEs. And then we will have question and answers session with participants and discussion ways to participate in the project. So, regarding the first topic, I will give you, as I'm Giacomo Martirano, coordinator of this support action. I will give a short overview of the project. Then Giorgio Saio, as soon as he will arrive, probably really exhausted, so we will give him the chance to have a rest. An overview on the SMEspire website and the training platform, which is one of the pillars of this project. Then Danny van den Broek, Catholic University of Leuven, will give us an overview about the study that is another part of this project, how this study will allow SMEs to identify opportunities and gaps. And finally, for this first part, Rob Walker, chairman of CEN TC 287, will give an overview about the role of GI standards and how they can play this role for the SMEs, particularly in terms of license between SMEs and the standardization bodies, because he will tell us that is a growing process currently in place in TC 287. Then just a list of the SMEs presentation, the stories. One story by Epson Italia, the SME leading this project. Then, unfortunately, some of the other SMEs have engaged in other national obligations in this period. Especially, we have Infologica from Sofia in Bulgaria, which is involved in a national workshop dealing with Inspire, so they could not attend. But we will have very interesting stories told by other partners of the project. They are interesting stories because even though they are not SMEs, because SINIA and Slovakia Environmental Agency, we are partners in this project. They are two environmental agencies. It will be very interesting to hear, to listen, to learn how these two big players can support SMEs in Inspire implementation, as well as Maria Cabello from Tracasa, which is a public body working in Spain, very active in Inspire implementation. And probably Graphitech, I received also a message from them that they are late with their plane, but we will tell some words about them. And then, very interesting, last but not least, some success stories of SMEs very deeply involved in INSPIRE implementation. We will have the pleasure to have Richard Rombouts from Snowflake. And then I will have a presentation to show you on behalf of Massimo Zotti of Planetech. So please, we can move to presentation number 2. Okay, just a short overview about the project we are talking about. We will cover 4 basic items: the main project features, the 8 concrete output of this project, then which are the target groups and end users, and then a short overview about the partnership. So it is an FP7 support action aiming at the end to turn the challenges of the INSPIRE implementation into business opportunities for the GeoICT European SMEs. It started very recently, contractually the 1st of May, and practically a few weeks ago. The duration is 24 months. The overall budget is 1.8 roughly million euros, so I think a big value for money. And here is the link of the website that we, in all the occasions, we invite you to visit. So we will achieve at the end 8 very concrete output. First of all, an assessment in the 12 EU participating member states, because we are 15 partners coming from 12 different European member states. So an assessment of the market potential for the GeoICT SMEs in relation to INSPIRE as an integral component of the digital agenda for Europe, to characterize the obstacles for these companies to enter this market in terms of knowledge gaps and training needs as defined in one of the main work packages of the project. Then a second important output will be the provision of a training package based on vocational training curricula designed to train environmental data analysis professionals expert in the maintenance and exploitation of environmental data commons. The training package, including a catalog translated in all the official languages of the participating member states, will be available on an e-learning training platform which has been already acknowledged by many European funded projects as one of the most reliable. And this will be presented by Giorgio Saio of GSIG, who is still not here. Then we will have a best practice catalog, including lessons learned and also some unsuccessful outcomes, because we can learn also from failures in the field of management of environmental digital content across Europe. We will have a huge program of dissemination events, mainly in the last semester of the project, in the form of what we call the SMEspire Days, which will include the training workshops to be organized in each of the 12 participating countries in order to disseminate at national, at local level, the results of the project, and potentially organized as e-practice workshops, very active. And the aim of the participating partners will be to involve as many SMEs and players as possible in their countries. Then we already established a network of SMEs and other institutional stakeholders aiming to bridge the gap between the one side INSPIRE-driven demand of environmental digital data and the industry-given offer of GeoICT solutions, stimulating, encouraging, and facilitating the participation of SMEs. These key concepts, for those of you who attended the first week of June, the European Data Forum 2012 in Copenhagen, where DG INFSO highlighted and focused on these items, is very is very linked to the desires of European Commission. Then we'll provide a business model aiming at enabling already established but also new geo-ICT SMEs in Europe to convert technological innovation, which is inside the Inspire implementation process, into economic value for them. Then we will have a database, what we call the SME-Inspire database, containing information about the geo-ICT SMEs in Europe, enabling also some complex business intelligence studies and analysis, even beyond the project lifetime, useful to, from one side, to extract real indicators and also to map competencies from SMEs across Europe. The focus is on SMEs because this was the main aim of the call we applied to, and the contract has been awarded. But even though the increase of knowledge about SMEs will be for them, the results will be of great interest for all the stakeholders involved in Inspire implementation. And finally, general awareness about the importance of interoperability, about European interoperability strategy and European interoperability framework, and about relevant results from the ESA program, which is ESA program is the acronym of Interoperable Solutions for Public Administrations. Also in Copenhagen, there was a quite big link between the public administration sector and the providers coming from the private sector, especially SMEs. Target groups, all of them being users, at the same time will be addressed, consisting of course, already established SMEs active in the geo-ICT domain. I think we are a quite big community, enlarging, and hopefully when the awareness of the potential coming from the Inspire implementation will reach a bigger level, this community is going to, the trend is positive, is going to grow. And also for new entrant SMEs in the ICT domain, consisting of already established ICT, not necessarily working in the geo-information sector, but probably interested into entering into this field, and also for startup SMEs. The 4 circles are, of course, not in scale, but just to give you a picture that we hope the trend of grow about the geo-ICT SMEs. Last slides in terms of presenting the partnership. 15 partners from 12 member states, as I said before. And this is a support action for SMEs driven by SMEs. Indeed, 8 of the 15 partners are SMEs, all of them active in the geo-ICT sector. 1 partner SME is the project leader, and 3 partners SMEs are work package leaders, with an overall 51% of the total budget allocated to the 8 participating SMEs. But then, very important, the consortium, the strongness of the consortium is thanks to the is complemented by 3 research centers, JRC, Catholic University of Leuven, and Fondazione Grafitec, 2 national environmental agencies from Czech Republic and Slovakia, who will bring their experience in working from the other side of the river, and the government-owned body Tracasa, which has very high skill in geo-ICT technology. So is, as you see, all the main categories of players in the Inspire process, Inspire implementation process, are represented and involved. These are the logos, and this is the geographical distribution showing that we cover almost all Europe. We miss some important countries like France, other countries in the eastern part of Europe, but we do hope that in our network we can expand also this network covering almost all Europe.